Welcome, miners. We're doing another one of these episodes here. Gonna have you guys tag along with me while I do some tweaking for this wheel Stompy deck I've been playing on stream here. I feel like it's super close to being good, but we're gonna fuck around with it, see if we can get it to work. I've been making a couple of minor tweaks based off of the results we've been getting in the streams, so like it feels right there. There are definitely matchups that's great against. It really seems to struggle with the mono red. Um, but we're trying to tune it so that it does a little bit better about that. It's also a little weak to like super fast combo on game one. So like we saw a couple of those reanimator matchups where it's like they're on the play and there's just nothing we can do about it. So we're gonna keep working on it, keep testing it, see how it goes. I've also just really been enjoying this. I mean, I like prison decks. I know I like prison decks. I wasn't anticipating liking the wheel lock as much as I actually do, considering how much I fucking hate playing against the damn deck. So we're gonna go on a journey of tuning this, trying to get it to the point where we can 5-0 a league with it. Um, but yeah, so I guess we'll see. Apparently our opponent is deciding to take fucking forever. Um, so I guess we're just gonna chill for a bit while they figure out what they want to do with their lives. Again, if you haven't already, check out that last video I did. It was that Legacy Reanimator one. Let me know what you guys think about these. Let me know any tips you have for editing them. I'm still kind of just learning the process of fucking around with the editing and all that shit. So let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like. Always open to tips here. So just kind of let me know. Hopefully you guys are enjoying these as much as I am. But yeah, we'll just go through a journey. If you guys like a particular deck, I'll keep doing them. You got any deck recommendations you want to see me fumble fuck my way through on, I'll do those as well. Admittedly, I was actually going to do elves before I decided we'll just go on this journey of tweaking this deck. I was messing around. I understand how the deck plays. One of my best friends is a elves player, and I just cannot get the deck to work no matter what I do. Like, I know the lines, I know how it works, I know what you're supposed to do, but I can just never seem to piece it together. So that is, if you want to see elves, it's going to be a shit show. Let me know if you do in the comments. Other than that, we'll keep fucking around with this. I really did enjoy Reanimator. Actually was going to turn into my primary legacy deck, but then I found this deck and actually enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. So I decided I'm just gonna kind of keep tweaking this. Like, this one feels so close on the edge. It's also a little rogue, so it's not something everyone's always expecting. Like, people know the whole wheel lock shit. It's actually a pretty common combo, so to speak. But they don't see it so much in prison decks with the Chalice of the Void and the fast mana and the Stompy stuff. Also, as you can see, some of the changes I made, I moved the Force of Wills to the main just to kind of help with those game one matchups versus the crazy combo decks. I moved all the sweepers to the sideboard. Figure against mono red, we're either gonna beat them game one or not. I mean, like, the Force of Wills will hopefully help us hold them off a little bit, and we'll just focus on locking them out of the game. So we're kind of just hedging our bets game one versus combo versus the mono red decks, which were very heavily unfavored against from what it seems like. So, and then also upped the artifact slash enchantment hate there in the sideboard. Went to a full playset of the Cathar Commandos. I've been thinking, so I was kind of messing around with that, trying to find like good artifact hate in these colors, and all of it's symmetrical, which is going to screw us over. The other thing I've seen is I did see a version of this deck that's running 4 of Karn and has a Karn board, so I might mess around with that version. It's a mono blue version, so I might give that a shot. I don't know. It was something I was thinking about. I was also thinking about just saying, fuck it, throw 4 Karns on the sideboard as our artifact hate, even though we have no other synergies with them. So try something like that. I also decided to basically, my sideboard's all 1-for-1s. I moved the Monastery Mentor package into the sideboard, so hopefully game 2, if we're up against like a control deck or something, our opponents might take out all of their creature removal, or at the very least take out all their sweepers if they have any, so that we can kind of transition more into a Spellslinger Bomberman-esque combo going on. So we'll see if that works. Those are definitely flex spots. I'm not 100% sure about that. I also took out the 2 Seagate Restorations. I mean, if you've seen the streams, you know my opinion on those. It's a little wonky. It's a little awkward, in my opinion. But yeah, decided to just get rid of those entirely, swap it over to all the Force of Wills in the main deck, and then I went up 1 Tundra to account for the fact that we technically took out 2 lands. I don't know if that's correct. 19 lands and all the mana rocks, I feel like might be a little much. Maybe I'll take that extra Tundra out, and then I have 1 flex spot main. Maybe I'll move one of those sweepers back into the main just to kind of hedge our bet against the go wide decks a little bit. But I don't know, we'll see. Okay, so our opponent finally decided to come back here. I don't think we can keep this. I mean, like, we have 3 mana on turn 1, but we don't have double blue, so it's kind of useless. We could just wheel on turn 1 to try to fuck up our opponent's hand, but I think we don't want to do that. Yeah, I think we'll keep this one. Starting off with a turn 1 Chalice ain't bad. Trying to think of what we even want to do here. What do we want to put back? Well, turn 1 Chalice. We'll have the mana to be able to do other stuff. So it's just a question of, do we want to have the Days Undoing to pitch or the Echo of Aeons? So I think if we're going to pitch anything, we'd rather pitch Days Undoing. So we're going to put that to the bottom. Just hope that they're not on something too crazy. We do have the Force of Will to try to stop anything crazy from happening here. Okay, so mono black, I'm thinking this is going to be a Reanimator. Alright, he's going to Thoughtseize us. No. We don't want them to... If they're Reanimator, Chalice on 1 is going to help a lot. Also, if they're like on 8-rack or whatever, Chalice on 1 is going to help a lot also. Unfortunately, this means we are dumping our entire hand on turn 1. And then we need to find a way to refuel. Of course, we draw a Chrome Box. Alright, so we're gonna Chalice on 1. Hopefully they have just like a handful of dumb shit over there. Alright, so now we have the mana to pretty much do whatever we want. We just need to refuel our hand. So I wouldn't hate a wheel. Okay, so this is that 8-rack deck that we've seen. Okay, so this is actually going to work in this mode as well. Sometimes it's a little wonky. I've been having issues with this revealed card zone thing a lot, but... Alright, so that's not what we want here. Unfortunately, like I said, we kind of dumped our hand, so... Normally, I feel like we're pretty well matched up against these 8-rack decks, but... Being as the fact that we really didn't have that great of a hand, and we're hanging hardcore on the Chalice on 1... Alright, so they drew a swamp. I will say, these Kamigawa swamps are, like, all these fuller Kamigawa lands are actually pretty sweet looking. I will give them credit on that. Doesn't look like they're doing much, though. Okay, LED isn't the worst thing in the world, I guess. If we hit an Echo of Aeons, it allows us to spin. Problem is we need to find something to do. Okay, so they've got a Torok now. Assuming they hit another land, they're probably going to Torok us. So, what are we thinking? Okay, yeah, they're definitely going to Torok. What are they going to chuck with that, though? See a little bit more of their deck. That's a very pretty Chrome Box, so we'll give our opponent... We'll give them credit for that. They chuck a Thoughtseize they can't use anyways. Here comes Torok. So what? Sideboard, we're probably going to bring in our sweepers. Probably bring in the Cathar Commandos. Yep, get rid of our Chrome Box that we're literally not doing anything with, which I'm actually pretty okay with. So we... So like, a Narset doesn't really do a ton here. I'm trying to think of what we even need here. An Echo of Aeons would be the best. That's a Force of Will. Which we can just straight up cast, I suppose. It's gonna hurt, but... What do they reveal? Come on, have some balls. Have an Emrakul in your Dark Confidant deck. Alright, him to Torok. Which we will actually counter this just for the sake of not having to discard. It sucks that we're taking 2 damage, but I mean, I guess we're just gonna see what happens here. All right, we're gonna counter it. We just don't want to grow the Torok is really what it comes down to. I mean, I know we're taking 2 damage versus like what, taking 1, but fuck it. We just don't want this to continually get bigger. Is really all it comes down to. What do we need here? So despite the fact that our opponent apparently wanted a timeout, we kind of just... Okay, so there's an Echo of Aeon, so that's something. Yes. Go ahead, grow your Torok. Get this out of the way. Okay, so actually this isn't bad at all. So the protection from white's a little awkward. We are going to make this Torok fucking huge is the problem. So, cast this. We want to play this. I think we're just dead to this Torok no matter what we do, honestly. Unless we can hit another Echo of Aeons. That's a Force of Will. Yeah, we're dead. Alright, so basically what we need to do is hit another Echo of Aeons, spin. We needed to hit a Hull Breacher to be able to block this stupid thing. But post-board, I think we've got a fairly decent matchup here. Like, let's bring in the Sweepers, because they do rely on creatures. Bring in the Cathark. Well, actually, we didn't even see that they were actually the 8-rack version. I kind of want to bring in the Cathar Commandos. I kind of don't. Let's see. We can probably drop a Teferi. Drop a Days Undoing. Force of Will. I mean, it's card disadvantage, but I guess drop a Narset. Kind of go down a little bit on the combo that we're going for. The Supreme Verdicts will take care of everything on the board if we have to get to that point. I think we might drop a Chalice of the Void. Try something like that. Yeah, we'll run this back. I mean, if it weren't for the fact that we literally had to wait so long to get a fucking way to refuel our board, or our hand, I think that was really the part that screwed us over there, which is how long we had to wait to refuel our hand. Okay, I like this. We are going to keep this hand. This is a turn 1 Hull Breacher. So we are definitely going to keep the turn 1 Hull Breacher. Hopefully they don't turn 1 Thoughtseize us. We can Hull Breacher, Days Undoing, wipe their hand. But I mean, I guess we're going to see what happens here. There's something to be said about maybe just like empty our whole hand. Okay, so they're going to leyline us, which is whatever. So, like, yeah, we could... There's something to be said about throwing, like, this Days Undoing to this so that we have 4 mana, but I don't think it's worth it. Because then we still have to draw a wheel effect. We're kind of just hoping they don't have a Thoughtseize or an Inquisition. But I'd be very surprised if they don't. Alright. Dark Rit. Into... Oh, Dark Rit into a Liliana? Oh, that is fucking fine by me. That is totally fine. Okay. Chuck the Chrome Mox. That is actually probably the best thing that could happen. Hello, Chuck the Chrome Mox. Alright, what's he pitching? He's pitching a Swamp? Okay. So this is going to allow us to tick down the Liliana and wheel and fuck our opponent over. So this actually is pretty fucking sweet here. So we're going to flash you in. Okay. So I actually very much like where we're at now. Oh, Anima? Do I want the Mox Diamond or do I want the Urza Saga? I think I want the Urza Saga because I can start making construct tokens with it. Begin combat. Let's go after the Lily so you can't tick it down on us. Hit that. And then wheel your hand away and make a bunch of mana. So your hand goes away. We get a bunch of mana. I mean, they only had 2 cards in hand anyways. Oh, yes, I like this. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think our opponent's just dead here. So like they're gonna tick up. We'll just chuck the Lion's Eye Diamond. We really don't care about that. Assuming they don't just scoop it up here. Okay, they scoop it up anyways. So yeah, basically what we're gonna do here is if they ticked it up, we check the Lion's Eye Diamond. Next turn, we just Echo because it actually acts as a ritual at that point. And then we just have like all the fucking mana in the world. We could actually probably Teferi and then Echo. So bounce the Liliana back, spin their hand. So we do see those. So I think we're gonna bring in a handful of Cathar Commandos. Maybe we don't need all 4. Since they have ley lines, we are gonna trim 1 Echo of Aeons. I think we're gonna trim a Supreme Verdict. I'm still super iffy about the Chalices. Like, they do have everything up the curve from 1 to 3. It does seem like 1 is important to them, so I think it is good to have the Chalices in. But maybe, like, if we don't have a turn 1 Chalice, they're kinda useless. So maybe go down to 2 Chalices, go up 3 Cathar Commandos. Try something like that. Yeah, let's run that back. Like I said, I do think we're in a good position against this deck. I don't know if it's going to be like favored for us or if it's just even. So I like to Force of Will, but we don't have shit else. So I don't think we can keep this hand. Yeah, we can't keep this hand. We gotta ship that. I like this hand. I actually like this hand a lot. We're gonna keep this. Think I think we put the Tundra to the bottom. Yeah. I mean, it's gonna suck if we... Okay, so they do have the ley line. If we have to pitch the Hull Breacher right off the bat, that sucks, but it is what it is. Okay, so they're not going to do anything turn 1. Some kind of fast mana would be nice here. Okay, I guess we're just gonna do that. So we do have turn 2, flash in a Cathar Commando, blow up their thing. Or we can flash in the Hull Breacher, depending on what they do here. If they him us, we'll just force it so that we control what 2 cards we lose. Waste? Ooh. That's interesting. So let's see here. Well, we can... Yeah, we can let that resolve, right? Yeah, we can blow it up if we need to. We're not as hardcore on our graveyard as I think they think we are. Alright, let's see. Grab the Tundra. Ooh, another Hull Breacher? Okay, I actually really like that. So we have some protection now. So I mean, we'll see what we get here. Because we can pitch a Hull Breacher to counter whatever the fuck they do, flash the other Hull Breacher in, and then we still have the Cathar Commando. Assuming they don't just have, like, multiple discard spells here, I don't hate where we're at. So... Our opponent is starting to run out of cards, too. So maybe they're not a rack deck. Maybe they're, like, just a mono-black discard and they don't actually have those racks in it? I don't know. I guess we're gonna find out. Our opponent is tanking pretty hard, so I'm wondering if that means they're mana screwed or they're just trying to figure out what they want to do here. Like I said, if they hem us, we will 100% Force of Will it so we can control what 2 cards we lose. If they... Honestly, basically, if they go for any discard, we're gonna go ahead and just force it, probably, just to protect our hand, because we do like what we have in hand. Because, like, this would be great. Oh, they're just passing the turn? Oh. Does that mean they have... I wonder if this means they have removal and they're like anticipating this. If we hit a wheel, that would be amazing. Alright. You don't have removal. A wheel here would be amazing. Oh, maybe they do have removal. Sudden Edict? Oh, okay, that's fine. Maybe we can go get another one, so I'm not super concerned about that. Teferi, actually. Yeah, I think... So I think we play the Urza Saga, we repeat that plan. If we have to, we pitch Teferi. Or... Yeah, I think we're going to stick with the original plan here. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to hold this shit up, and if we have to, we will pitch the Teferi to the Force of Will. Hopefully we won't need to, but we'll do it if we have to. If not, we flash in Hull Breacher, then play Teferi. So they did bring in removal, which is interesting. What is this? What is our opponent doing here? Chains of Mephistopheles. Oh, this is such a fucking weirdly wordy card. If a player would draw a card except for the first card on their draw and on each of their draw steps, that player discards a card instead. Okay, so this is fine because we can just bounce this or blow it up. I'm not particularly concerned about that. Okay. So we're still going to stick with the original plan here. We're going to do this. Flash this boy in. Okay. So we do still get our draw. Oh, and ooh. Ooh! Opponent, I am so sorry. Okay. So we're going to play this. We are going to play a Teferi. We are going to bounce your Chains of Mephistopheles. Bounce your Chains. Drew a Ancient Tomb. Begin combat. Hit Hull Breacher. Okay, so I still think I should be able to do all of this. I think I have enough mana. Because if they just replay the chains, I'm actually kind of okay with that. I mean, if we have to, again, we will pitch the Days Undoing. Because if all they do here is play Chains of Mephistopheles, I'm actually okay with that. I don't know. We'll have to see what they do. Our opponent is in the tank here. Sudden Edict is a mild problem, but still not the end of the world. And, god damn it. Okay, so we are going to have to force this, unfortunately. Because I want to control what cards we're getting rid of here. Hopefully they don't have a 1-mana discard spell in addition to it. I don't think they do. Based off of how they've been playing. Okay, so are they just going to play Chains now? Or are they going to pitch their Chains to this? Because we can still blow up whatever. If they want to play their Chains. Okay, they pitch a Liliana, so they're out of cards. Okay. That's actually super fine. We would like another wheel, though. Another wheel would be very nice. An Otawara. So let's see. We still have all the mana to do all of this. So yeah, let's go ahead and make a dude. And then just to make sure we empty our hand so that they can't actually kill us, let's grab the Mox Diamond, drop that. Okay, you can have some mana that you can't do anything with. That's a-okay. This way our hand is empty. Pick this up. So I like where we're at. Our opponent is 100% in top deck mode. They can't do anything with that mana. And then if they go to discard, we'll flash in the Cathar Commando. and then kill their Mephistopheles. So yeah, I do not hate where we are at here currently. And they're completely in top deck mode here. Him to Torok. Well, we're flashing this bad boy in so that we don't actually discard anything. And now if we hit a wheel, we can blow their Chains of Mephistopheles. I don't discard anything. You don't get anything. They are also on a 2-turn clock, which I don't hate either. Alright, so they got 1 turn to figure this shit out, basically. They can buy a turn if they find removal or if they find a creature. Do we get there? What'd they draw? All right, and we got there. That was an interesting deck, a mono black discard control deck. But yeah, we got there. We're showing that apparently this version actually still has some grit to it, I guess. All right, yeah, well, we'll keep going. I like it. I like it a lot. Let's go next match. I actually don't hate this. So I think we're gonna keep this. I don't know what we're up against, but in the dark, we're gonna give this a shot. Oh boy. Something blue. Okay. Chalice at the top would be pretty good here. So other than that, we're probably gonna play Island. Ancient Tomb next turn to be able to flash on the Hole Breacher and see what we got. So I mean, this is, if we hit an LED, it's theoretically turn 2 wheel. Opponent did not spin. Okay, Auto Water ain't bad. Alright, we'll just play the Snow-Covered Island and pass for now. Not a huge deal. Actually kind of a pretty basic. Huh, 8th edition. Kind of pretty. But yeah, so again, this is the most recent tweaked version of this deck that we're playing here, so we're gonna see how it goes. You're gonna notice in this video that we're jumping around a bunch of different matches of different styles here. Just kind of piecing together shit. This is a match in a league that I'm trying to finish out. What the fuck? Okay, that is some cool art for a Candelabra. So they're definitely... Is this just like High Tide Storm, I wonder? So they are going down cards. I have no idea if High Tide Storm plays Force of Wills or not. I've honestly never played against High Tide. Okay, that's a Days Undoing. I guess we're gonna see what happens. Hopefully they're not in a position where they're about to just pop off. So end of turn, we're gonna flash in the Hole Breacher. Assuming they aren't about to just like fucking pop off here. The other thing we could do is we could actually flash in... Okay, Merchant Scroll. What are they going to reveal? This is definitely High Tide. Huh? Okay. I guess we're going to force them to Force a Will us now? See if they're going to Force a Will this? No. Okay, well, this actually does do it perfectly, assuming they don't have multiple Force of Wills. So, I mean... Actually, hold on. We're going to attack first. Undo that. We're going to attack first, get our damage in, do this properly. The fact that we hit the LED is great. So we're going to try to bait the counter out with the Days Undoing first. And I'm assuming this gets countered. If it does, hopefully they don't have more counter magic. Because the big thing they need is they're going to need multiple counters. Alright, Force a Will pitching Turnabout. Okay. So the question becomes is how many more counter spells do you have, opponent? Do you have another one? Okay. Oh, okay. Well, they had that, apparently. The question is can they go off now? That's a little annoying that they had that much counter magic, but Hopefully this destroyed their hand and they can't really do... Oh, geez. Had another Merchant Scroll? What are they going to show? Depends on if they have... So, like, the nice part is this kind of fucks up their... They can make a bunch of mana? Okay, there's a Cunning Wish. Okay, so next turn, I'm assuming this means they're going to go grab something. Okay, so they're going to try to set up so that they can actually do something relevant next turn. The High Tide is going to make a bunch of mana. They're going to be able to start popping off, but they're only going to have a handful of cards. Okay. I mean, I guess we're going to see what happens here. They can get whatever they want with the Cunning Wish, but they're still going to have to rely on actually finding a way to pop off, because they'll have a ton of mana, but they apparently don't have anything to get. Jesus. Well, I guess we're going to keep doing this. So what are they going to get with their Cunning Wish is going to be the question. I'm assuming this is Cunning Wish for something. We're playing all sorts of weird-ass fucking decks today. Alright, we actually just saw Nick Fit, the fucking match before this that wasn't recorded. That's going to be over on the stream if you want to check that out, but... They're going to grab. Cunning Wish is gone. They've got all the mana in the world. They can get something with Cunning Wish. But they still got to find a way to deal with this. Okay, so they got to snap. I'm not super concerned about that, assuming they don't have a way to force this. We know that they got High Tide and Snap. What is their other card is going to be the question. Okay, so... Let's see what we can do here. The nice part is we are pressuring them here. But we need to do something. Jesus Christ, okay. The nice part, too, is that this Hull Breacher, at least, I can do this at instant speed. So we still know they got High Tide and Snap. So even if they snap, we can still fucking flash the Hull Breacher in response to them doing something else. Okay, so Snap is gone. So it's got a High Tide and an unknown. 2 unknowns. Still need to find... Okay, High Tide and 1 unknown. Is it a counterspell? Oh, they just had a Force of Will. Okay, so all they have is a High Tide. They still need a way to end this. Jesus Christ. Okay. Well, we're both in top deck mode now. He's got all the mana in the world. He still just needs a way to get out of it. Okay, that's a redraw. That's not good. Bottoms 2, blind draw. Doesn't hit what he needs. Well, we got a Force of Will of our own. So we've got some defense now. But we need to find a way to close this out. Alright, 2 unknowns. Still has the High Tide. Still isn't doing anything. Oh my god. I don't like that we're giving them a chance to start finding a way out of this. Do I want to counter the Brainstorm? No. They don't have a way to shuffle out of it. I think we'll let this go. Alright, so we don't know what's in their hand. I'm assuming they held on to a High Tide. Oh my god. This has been the theme of the matches I've had today. Are just, I either get mana flooded or mana screwed. There is no in between. Unfortunately, they've got cantrips that I don't. Chalice on 1 seems fantastic against this opponent. Apparently they're still not finding what they need. Okay, yeah, they shuffled, so... If I can land a Chalice and protect it, I think I'm good. But I still need to fucking find it. Okay, opponent's passing the turn. Oh my god, this is just stupid. I mean, if they try to high tide, I'm probably just gonna counter it. Okay, so do we counter the high tide or do we counter the next thing they do? I think I think we gotta counter the high tide. Can you counter my force of will? I don't know. They're not popping off yet, so oh my god, that resolved. Do they have another one? Oh, they just have another one? Alright. We're gonna let them masturbate for a little bit. See if they got a way to actually finish this game out. Alright, so he's gonna untap a bunch of lands, make a bunch of more mana. So the question is what are the 3 cards he has to be able to pop off with? Because I want to see what his... I want to see what the win con is. Yeah, make a bunch of mana. Normally this is like looping a bunch of time spirals and shit. Time spiral. Exile each player shuffles a hand and graveyard into their library, draw 7 cards. They untap 6 land. Okay. So we didn't draw anything relevant. We're hoping they wheeled into jack shit, is basically what's gonna happen. Like, we're gonna let them do their thing, but they're just gonna turn through their deck. We're gonna let them blow through their time also, because them timing out is a legitimate concern for them. Okay, so they're just gonna have all the mana in the world, but they've still got to actually do something here. Guessing this means they have another time spiral. Turnabout. Okay, so do you have a way out of this? Okay, they got a merchant scroll, so they're gonna find whatever the hell they want. Finds a blue Sun Zenith to make me draw my deck, or are they gonna draw their deck? Turnabout, okay. I'm assuming this means they're gonna make me draw my deck here? Because what, this is or are you just gonna draw your whole deck? Targeting himself, okay. Draws like their whole fucking deck. We're gonna let him potentially fuck it up, but I don't know. We'll see what they do. Finds another merchant scroll. I want to say brain freezes. Okay, so there's another blue Sun Zenith. Are they actually going to kill me? Question. So at least at this point, we're kind of just looking to see what their deck is doing, to see what the win cons are, to be able to get rid of it. Another Candelabra. Okay, you know, we're just gonna concede. We know what they're doing. They drew their whole fucking deck. They're not gonna... The only way they fuck this up is if they actually fuck it up. So let's see here. We are going to Leyline and these guys. I'm a Days Undoing. I'm a Narset. Maybe we don't need the full playset of Cathar Commandos. We kind of just... We can blow up the Candelabras, but it's... Maybe it's not even worth blowing up the Candelabras, honestly. But this does make it so they can't just keep infinitely looping their deck if we leyline them. Maybe trim Teferi. We'll try 61 cards like that. But let's see. Okay. Chalice on 1 seems very, very good against what our opponent's doing here. Are we willing to lose our Hull Breacher to just try to make sure we slam a Chalice down is the question. Yeah, I think we are. As much as it sucks. Either that or, I don't know, we'll see. We'll Urza Saga first. Play the Chalice. Maybe we won't. Yeah, I don't think we're going to this turn. We'll see if they counter this first. See if we can get the Chalice on 1 down. If they force it, We might go for the other one. Force pitching merchant scroll. Alright. How many do you have, opponent? Okay. Well, this might be a blowout, but we're going for it. We can't do anything. Do you have another? Okay, so High Tide is shut off for now. Now we just need to rebuild. Days Undoing isn't bad. That gives us something to work with. It's a little awkward that we can't really do anything with this Urza Saga, but... Oh, opponent kept a one-lander. Ooh. Okay, we draw a Lotus Petal. Does this do anything? No, we'll just add some mana anyways. What's our opponent doing? Grabs an island. What do we want to get here? I think we want to get the Mox Opal so that we actually have mana. And then I think we're going to pass the turn. I could wheel, but I don't want to wheel them into another land to be able to deal with this Chalice. I also don't want to give them Force of Wills back. Okay, so they found another land. Merchant Scroll, looking for... Now I might do the Days Undoing just to fuck up the Merchant Scroll. Hunting Wish. Okay, so yes. I might go ahead and just do this just to fuck. Yeah, fuck it. Go. You got a Force of Will? They do. What are they chucking to their force? Chucked a Ponder. Okay. Okay. Well, the nice part is we have a backup Chalice, so unless they do like a Hercules recall, I think we're good. That being said, Cunning Wish probably means that they have it. Ooh, but they still need lands. That's good. Well, let's get this down so that we have a backup. Alright, let's see. We have all sorts of defense set up, but we still need to actually do something. That's a Hull Breacher I can't cast, which is annoying. Let me guess. Gonna go grab a Hercules recall. If it's Hercules recall, we'll just scoop it up and we'll admit defeat at that point. Yeah, we're done. Alright. We just couldn't draw back out of that, so that's annoying, but oh well. On to the next one. Alright, next match. We won the die roll. Let's see what we can do here. So I don't hate this, but we can't really do a ton. The Force of Will is nice because we can force pitch and force. But we can't actually do anything with any of this yet, so I think we want to ship that one. Okay, this isn't bad. We're gonna go ahead and put the redundant Ancient Tomb to the bottom. Okay, well, we'll just do that for now. They don't know what we're doing yet. Hopefully they're not a Wastelander like some kind of crazy Force of Will deck. We'll see what they're doing here. Opponent is taking their sweet time, though. Hello, opponents. Would you like to actually make a game action? Yeah, no, this deck's been... Ooh, Auto Aura. Okay, so I'm assuming this is Delver. Oh, no, it's 8 cast. Okay. Okay. Well, in that case, then, we're just gonna play a Tundra and pass. And if they're gonna start cracking... Ooh, they're not cracking them to draw cards yet. Okay. Because we can flash in this Hull Breacher at instant speed. Interesting that we're actually facing 8 cast here. This is Thought Monitor? Yes. We are going to do this in response and hope they don't have Force Blue card. Do you have Force Blue card? No. Yes. All right. Give me those sweet, sweet treasures. Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. That's what we'd like to see. We're just seeing all the decks that I was just mentioning we haven't run into lately. So let's see here. We're going to go ahead and play Narsets. Because if we can find a wheel, that'll be hilarious. Because it's clear they don't have a force. So if we can find a wheel, we are 100% going to wheel them. The Fairy Mox Opal. Can't really do anything with it yet. We're going to grab the Teferi. Let's play Otawara. And we're going to pass the turn for now. Just in case they try to find a way to be able to deal with this Hull Breacher, we will flash in the other one in response. Kappa's a little annoying, but not the end of the world. Alright, going after the Narset, that's actually pretty fine. We don't really care about that. Versus Shaga. We actually might bounce that back to hand. What are they doing? Chalice? Oh. Okay. Chalice on 1 is fucking fine. We don't give a fuck about that at all. So we're gonna try to fuck them over. So what? They can do all their shit. Oh, we're gonna play our land. Let's get in. Do this. Chalice on 1 does not concern us at all. Play this. We are going to bounce your land to a land. Yeah, we're just gonna play Chalice on 1 or on 0. So they can't play anymore. They're broken ass 0 drops. Like I said, Kappa's a little annoying, but not the end of the world. So which one is he gonna go after? What's more important to him? Okay, going after the Teferi. Which is fine, whatever. We don't really care about that. Deck be trolling, yo. Unfortunately, their constructs are going to be bigger than ours. But I think we might be able to pull this out. I don't know. We're going to find out. It's going to depend on what we draw here. We are in a pretty good position in general. Assuming this means he's good. Oh, not eight. Ooh. Okay. Let's make some dudes. And we're going to thin the deck. Basically, we need a wheel. Another Narset would be good. Another Teferi would be good. That is a wheel. Oh, fuck. I meant to make a dude. Oh, well. Out of everything we have here... Let's grab another Lion's Eye Diamond. Play the land. Then the deck. Alright, do you have a counter spell, opponent? Let's see it. You got the force? Yes, no, maybe. No, okay, they're making a dude. Okay. I like it. Sweet. You can make dudes, but I don't really care. I will heartily jump, snap, fucking get... Okay, cool. So we can bounce one of their dudes, which is nice. Okay, makes a dude. It's fine. My construct's bigger than yours. Ooh, Shadow Spear. That's spicy. Okay, okay. Okay. I mean, I'll snap block it in a heartbeat. That's fine, right? Yeah. We do not care about that at all. We will gladly kill that. Okay, yeah, that's totally fine. Oh, ooh, ooh. Okay, so how do we want to do this? We are definitely playing Teferi. White, blue, whatever. We can save all of our fucking mana. Um, hmm. So we can bounce the Shadow Spear, spin it away, but we still have to deal with this construct. But we'll probably wheel into a way to deal with it. Oh, let's see what we can do here. Cast Narset. Keep the new one. Pick down Narset. Wheel Chromox. They don't have Force of Will. So let's just grab Chromox. It's not gonna do actually fuck, it's not gonna do anything. Shit, what did I just click? Oh, I played in Ancient Tomb, okay. Yeah, let's just bounce that back to hand. We just draw another one. We've already ticked down. There's just so much that we can do here. We'll get him for damage. Alright, he's just gonna take it. Just for the sake of being as mana efficient as possible. Another Lion's Eye Diamond, another... Actually, can't do anything with that anyways. Force of Will, Days Undoing. I'm tempted to just Echo again. Because I'd like it to Fairy. Yeah, I think we're just gonna Echo again. I mean, it's basically a ritual. Because at this point, it's a ritual. We'll just keep spinning our hand until we hit something relevant. This puts another one in the graveyard. Okay, there's another Teferi. White. Whatever. Keep the new one. Turn that to hand. Blue. White. Whatever. Cast the other Teferi. Keep this one. Tick it up. Pass the turn. On your... Let you draw. Days Undoing you? This one's pretty well locked up. I don't think they can get out of this now. Alright, we're gonna flash this bad boy in. Just so that we can speed up our clock here. So I think this one is pretty well tied up. I don't think our opponent can get out of this. Yeah, bounce that back to hand. Play a land. Play another Teferi. Keep the new one. Pick it up. We have the Days Undoing. Then on your draw step, wheel you? That's game. Alright, so Cathar Commando coming in. Supreme Verdict's coming in. So they are a Chalice deck as well, but Chalice on 0 versus them seems hilarious. We'll go down a Days Undoing. I think we'll go down a Chalice. Go down a Teferi, a Narset. Don't know. Because they're not going to Chalice on 0 against themselves. Chalice on 0 hurts them more than it hurts us. Because yes, it shuts off some of this stuff, but most of what we're doing doesn't really care that much about that outside of the first turn. There's something to be said about maybe cutting some Force of Wills. I don't know. Wait, let's just do 3 and 3. This shuts off their Force of Wills. They're also going to bring a Force of Negation, which is something we have to be concerned about. You know what? We're going to try this. I know it's wrong, whatever, but fuck it. Like, we're going to try 62 cards. See how it goes. 61 is always going well. The more the better, right? Right. That's how this shit works. Okay. So actually, so as funny as this is, I kind of want to just Force of Will, Chalice on, or Lion's Eye Diamond, Chalice on 0 spin, and just see what happens. But I know that's objectively wrong. Do we do the funny line? Because it would be hilarious. Lion's Eye Diamond, Chalice on 0, protect it with the Force of Will, pop it, spin. I think we're gonna. What do we want to do here? I think we're going to keep this and bin the Echo for now, and if we draw land, we can turn 1 Narset. Yeah, they try to do anything too crazy. Okay, that's, I guess. So what did we reveal? Okay, so he sees the Narset. So if we draw a land, we theoretically can turn 1 drop this Narset. That is not a land. Fuck. Guess we're gonna pass and try to play it a little safe here. I really don't want to have to fucking force anything. But hopefully they're playing a little more conservatively. So we'll see. This was getting punished for keeping the no lander. I know. Okay, so they found the soul land. So they are going to be able to make a construct. So if I can hit a land, I'm still theoretically okay. There's an Otawara. So what are the chances they have a Force of Will? You know, we're gonna try it. Like, they force us, so be it. I don't know if it's something that they're actually gonna bring in. But we're gonna try to fucking go for it. Like, if they force us, they force us. It is what it is. Ooh, oh! So the problem is they're gonna be able to make a dude. And it's gonna be big enough to kill this Narset. It's currently to 2/2. It goes to a 3/3. It goes to a 4/4. I think we're better off. Well, actually, if we can hit an Echo of Aeons, we can wheel them. I think it's worth the risk. Oh, ew. That was a whiff. Okay. Well, Narset's gonna die. That was a whiff. The Narcissus gonna die. Nothing we can do about it. As much as it sucks, if we hit a wheel, we might just desperation spin trying to hit something. Pithing Needle. What, gonna name Teferi? Yeah, name's Teferi. Okay. I was gonna say, I'd be very surprised if the name Narset. We got 2 mana. Okay. So, I don't know. I guess we'll see. I think this one is gone. We'll see. Sometimes I've been able to pull shit back from this before, so there is always the possibility that I just go like land into sweeper and we're good, but Chalice of the Void. I guess we're going to Chalice on 0. So that they can't do any more crazy shit. But they've got a 2-turn clock. So unless we draw something crazy here, I think we're fine. See what they can do here. I think us being on the play draw in this matchup, I think is fucking huge. We'll see. What are they doing? I don't know why they keep doing this. Okay, yeah, we're dead. Alright, so we'll run it back the same way. I don't know why they're doing this. We do not have 1-drop, so I don't think they understand what our deck is trying to do here. So against what our opponent's doing, we're gonna bring the Chalice in. Trim. A Supreme Verdict. Let's drop a Force of Will. Actually, yeah, we're gonna drop 2 Force of Wills. I think we're gonna try something like that. But play draw is gonna be fucking huge here. Sorry, I'm fucking listening to music on the side here. Obviously, I can't have you guys listen to it too, but like, this is a fucking weird ass cover by Fame on Fire right now. They're fucking covering "I Love It" by Kanye West. It's fucking bizarre. I've never heard the original song, so this is just weird as shit to me. Um, but yeah, so I think what we want to do on this one, a Chalice on 0 right off the bat is gonna be fucking huge. So I think that's something that we want to be willing to mulligan to, is to be able to make sure that we can Chalice on 0. It's going to stop all their crazy degenerate starting plays, assuming that they don't Force a Will us. That being said, I don't know if they just haven't had them, or maybe they boarded them out against us, thinking we're a fair deck or whatever, not realizing we're actually a Stompy deck. I still do not understand why they put Chalice on 1 game 2, like, at all. That makes 0 fucking sense to me. Still no idea why they did that. But I don't know, we'll see. Going into game 3, I have some hopes on this one. Like, this is actually my first time playing up against 8cast with this deck, so that game 1 felt really, really good. Game 2, just, if I hadn't run out of shit, honestly, I think it would have been good. I think the play draw was a huge difference, and then the fact that we obviously did draw into shit afterward. But, I don't know, we'll see. See what it does. See how this goes. See if I can finish off with a winning record by the end of this video. Like I said, you're going to see some bouncing around between different styles of matches and stuff. I had to cut the league I'm in currently short while I was streaming earlier, just because I had shit I needed to do. Alright, we're back. We're on the play. I mean, we're keeping the fuck out of this. This feels really bad if something gets forced here. We're hoping if they're going to force anything, it's going to be this Chalice on 0. Alright, that resolved. Here goes nothing, I guess. So the hope is they do not have... Oh, okay. That's fine-ish. Do you have a Force of Will, friend? Get this down. No, they don't have a force for that. Alright, well now we have a Force of Will, and we're going to be able to start making constructs. The nice part is this is also going to keep constructs there. Well, I mean, they've still got some other artifacts that cost mana, but their constructs are going to be a little bit bigger than ours, probably. Okay, so they're trying to do something here. Like I said, we can force if we need to, which is nice. I'm trying to think if we were to throw another like if we got another Chalice, what we would even put it on? Like probably just another Chalice. Well, I can't put another Chalice on 0 actually. Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully this just like shut off their whole fucking hand is what I'm hoping. I would like some actual colored mana because that Grafdigger's Cage does make it so that we can't wheel with our other card, but what is our opponent? Are they gonna Chalice on 1 us? Oh, okay. I mean, they want to bounce this guy. Okay. So we want some colored mana is really what this comes down to. That is a Day's Undoing. So basically, are they gonna start bouncing construct tokens? I wonder if they're gonna do that. This, ooh, that's spicy. No. Oh man, I wish I had colored mana now. We could fucking wheel them. Oh, this is so awkward that we don't have colored mana. If we had a colored source there, I think that was game over. Okay. I guess it's gonna be a battle of the constructs is what it's looking like right now. We'll see what we draw here. Okay, so we draw a blue source, so I don't hate that. So what can I do here? Oh shit, fuck. I meant to make a dude, I pressed the wrong button. Fuck. That was a mistake. That is on me. So we'll probably go grab a Mox or a Mox Opal. Oh, thank yes. Oh my god. In that case then yes. Oh, if they don't have a force, this is fucking huge. Grab them. Yeah, I grabbed the wrong one. I grabbed the wrong Mox. Wait, hold on. Cancel. We're gonna get in. Please do not have a fucking Force of Will. I swear to God. Come on, don't have a force. Do not have a force. Yes! Fuck yeah! Oh, that was huge. Okay. That was fucking massive. Okay, so they can make a construct, but that's irrelevant. Okay, so what can we do here? Okay, so what can we do? We can. Oh, they just skip it up. Okay, cool. I guess we don't have to think about it. All right, caught that up as another win. Let's go. All right, here we go. Next one, won the die roll. Let's do this. I mean, I don't hate this. It's a little risky, but I don't hate it. Um, I think we're gonna keep this. No idea what our opponent's doing. We're gonna go ahead and just run this shit out because this is a turn one hole breacher. Depending on what our opponent does. Oh, they're on something blue. That is unfortunate. Okay, so we're not going to run that hole breacher out until we have a way to protect it. Okay. I guess we're going to go ahead and do it next turn, depending on what our opponent does here. If they try to brainstorm and like, if they try to brainstorm here, I might do it. Okay, they're not going to. Blue, red. Oh, expressive iteration? Okay, so is this just, is it Delver? It just doesn't have dual lands yet? Like, there's a part of me that wanted to, okay. So this might just be Jeskai control. So I think I'm gonna go for it. Like, let's just run it out. Force it through if we can, and then we're just gonna try to protect this and ride it. Because this is a super high upside if we can get okay, so they're gonna force pitching Snapcaster. We're gonna force pitching Force. Okay. Ugh, fuck. I was hoping that'd be a Day's Undoing. But now they've got to actually deal with this. So this is actually just Jeskai control. So I'm going to assume they have their third land, considering the fact that they didn't... that they were willing to get rid of that land. Makes me think they have a third one. Yeah, they do. They're going to Narsets. Okay. What are they going to... We can kill their Narset. That's totally fine. I'm not concerned about that whatsoever. Prismatic ending? Okay. Yeah, that's fine. We don't care about that whatsoever. Make a dude. Chalice of the Void. Okay, so we're gonna Chalice on one here. Yeah, we're just gonna start pressuring. Let's grab. So I think we actually want a Lion's Eye Diamond. Play this. Chalice on one. So hopefully this will shut off all their cantrips and shit. Begin combat. Kill Narset, hit them. Alright. They've got multiple things they're going to have to learn how to deal with here. I'm assuming they have white mana if they took the Prismatic ending. So the question is are they going to value going after the Hull Breacher? It looks like it. Okay, yes. They vastly... Yeah, you can't do anything else, buddy. Let's see what we can hit here. Alright, you got a Force of Will for this, buddy. They willing to lose some more. Yes. Force of negation pitching. Okay. So, wow. I wish I had a fucking artifact here. Okay, so he's got to deal with both of these constructs because they're both lethal. His fetch lands are shut off. He cannot force. We have a way to deal with both of these. No. Okay, cool. Getting game one against fucking... Okay. That is going to be huge. Bring in the Monastery Mentors. So, like, I know you're supposed to take or Force of Will out versus Faradex, but I feel like we need to be able to push it through. And I'm sure Jeskai Control is going to bring in some sort of artifact shit. Do these decks normally have Jeskai Control? They're very heavy on the 1-drops. They're probably going to bring in Pyroblast, Red Elemental Blast, Blusterstorm, I'm sure. Maybe their own Monastery Mentor. Doesn't look like they're probably just going to bring in more counter magic, so I want to leave mine in. So let's just kind of trim a few things. It doesn't look like they have a lot for artifact hate in the sideboards and shit, so I don't think we have to worry about bringing in the Cathar Commandos. Yeah, maybe just trim one of each of our combo pieces. I feel like Teferi's... Maybe trim one Teferi, keep the Narset in. Or do we want to do the whole Breacher? I don't know. It's super iffy how we want to do this. Or we could... I mean, maybe we'll just run the 61 and do something like this. Leave a full 8 of these, just trim a Days Undoing and a Teferi, bring the 3 Monastery Mentors. Or maybe even just bring in a Monastery, or 2 Monastery Mentors. Yeah, let's just try 2 Monastery Mentors and try that. Holy fuck, I did not realize how many covers this band does. Like, half of this playlist is fucking covers. We cannot keep that. We're gonna keep this. We are going to force one of these Chalice of the Voids through. One of these Chalices is going to fucking stick. You are not going to have a choice about that, opponents. Alright. Not gonna cast the Lion's Eye Diamond yet, because I could Prismatic Ending it. So basically, we're just gonna try to force these fucking Chalices through, is what it's gonna come down to. If we can stick a Chalice on one, it shuts off most of their card draw. Okay, finally got one to stick. I suppose I could just have a Prismatic Ending. Alright. Play that. Let's get some mana. I think we're gonna go on the Construct route here. We're gonna hope that we can just keep making constructs and make them survive. I suppose they could have... Do these decks play Meltdown, actually? They could. They could have a one-off Meltdown, which would be a little problematic here, but not the end of the world. Because we can let them melt down these, and then we'll just make the construct and keep trying to go. I feel like this is a Prismatic Ending, possibly. Are they gonna, like, back to basics? Okay, so that is a Prismatic Ending. Okay. But they've only got 3 cards, so I don't hate where we're at. We're gonna make a dude. We are doing a lot of damage to ourselves, though. Make a dude. I don't hate Force of Will. We're gonna make another dude. We're slowly helping our opponent here. What do I want to grab here? The Mox Opal's already on the battlefield. Chrome Mox isn't gonna do anything. Let's just grab a Lion's Eye Diamond. Now we just kind of gotta hope that we can just beat down like a motherfucker. What are you gonna do? I guess some kind of one. You have Swords to Plowshares? Is Swords to Plowshares worth it? No. Well, we'll take the 4. That actually gains us health back. And it puts them down a card. I guess this guy back up to a 4. So we don't hate that. They're still down to only 2 cards, which I also don't hate. A little worried about a back to basics. I'm not gonna lie. So we're gonna grab a basic. So I think we're just gonna cast this for the sake of getting it out here, and we're not gonna imprint anything on it. Just for the sake of making our guy bigger. We're also at the point where we can just hard cast this Force of Will now. It's gonna hurt, but we could do it. Okay, so they're not doing anything yet. We're gonna try to get this to ferry through. Do I care? They seem to give a shit. But this does get a counter out of their hand. Yeah, we'll let this go. I don't care that much. We just want to keep pressuring them. Because we need to be able to protect this construct, because it's the only thing we got going on for us right now. They clearly don't really have shit going on. They've only got 3 cards in hand and they're not doing anything. They're gonna ponder, sure. We'll let the ponder happen. See if they desperations wheel. Like, if we see them shuffle, it means that they don't have anything. Or, well, they didn't find anything that matters. And that they're just blind drawing. Chooses not to shuffle. Monastery Mentor. I think this is worth countering. What are you gonna do? Do you have a Flusterstorm? No. Oh, hey, we got there. Whoo! Trying to pump fake us. All right, so I mean, you can see we got the positive record. This is it. This is what I'm talking about. This is the curse of the stream. As soon as I stop fucking doing this live, we end up getting a winning record. But yeah, so got one more to finish this video off. I'll go find a game to play. But I mean, look at that. Like we did it. The deck works. Like, yeah, I mean, it's a 32, but it's still something. Like, this deck has potential. So let's go. All right, here we go. Winning die rolls all day. Let's go. Let's see what we got. I actually don't hate this. Yeah, we're gonna keep this. Bonus Mullen is 6. So we're gonna turn 1 Chalice on 1. They're F6'd, so Chalice on 1 resolves. We're gonna hope we get something we're willing to pitch to this Chrome Mox so that we can turn on Mox Opal. Oh, it's Burn. Okay. I haven't played against this matchup yet. Okay. I don't hate that. I guess we're gonna take 3 to the dome. Chalice on 1 versus Legacy Burn isn't as strong as it could be. Light up the stage? So I don't want to give them more cards to do stuff, but like can also just see what they hit and counter. Okay, so I mean, they hit a land, so they can play a land next turn, then we just counter whatever else it is. Are they just gonna suspend another Rift Bolt? Or do they hit like a fucking Skewer the Critics or something? Okay. Okay, so another Force of Will isn't bad. I'm actually just gonna play this out without imprinting anything to it, just to turn on this Mox Opal. Like it feels weird running this out, but I've had to do this more than once, specifically just to be able to turn on a Mox Opal. So this way also we can just Force of Will, get rid of their hand. So they play that. Like whatever they do, if it's something major, we can just fucking Force of Will it, so. Eidolon of the Great Revel? Yeah, I think that's worth forcing. So basically, we need a Hull Breacher effect. Or is it worth just wheeling now and hoping we spin into Force of Wills to stop them from doing anything? I don't like it, but we're going to. We need to spin into something relevant. Okay. So I like this. This actually lets us do things. It does give them a new hand of shit, but I don't really care at this point. Like, as long as they can't blow up our artifacts, we really don't care. This is actually going to be able to get us to do exactly what we need to next turn. Okay. I don't have the Great Revel's fine. Putting them into another one of those is a little weird, but it'll help. Roiling Vortex. Whenever no mana was spent to cast it. Ooh. That's interesting. That's a main deck card. It's odd. Okay. So, let's see. What can we do here? Do we have the mana to do everything? I do not think so. So, what can we do? We have 1, 2, 3. So I can play a land, Chalice on 2 this turn, or not do, like, just play a land and not do anything? Yeah, I think that's the play, as weird as that seems. Because next turn, we can Hull Breacher and Echo. So we're gonna do this. This feels weird, and it feels iffy, but I don't think they have any... Is Skewer the Critics instant? I don't remember. I think it's a sorcery. Okay, rolling in Vortex number 2. So we are going to be on a clock is the problem. So we still have to find a way to finish this out before those 2 rolling vortexes kill us. Alrighty then. Well, this is gonna hurt. Okay, so Teferi does do things. We have the mana to do everything currently. No. 1, 2, 3. Fuck, this is gonna hurt. Well, let's get in. Start there. Because, I mean, I guess we're gonna wheel the Hull Breacher away now that I think about it, but what is our opponent waiting on? Seriously, what is our opponent waiting on? So let's see. Sideboard, what would we even want in here? Probably bring in the Cathar Commandos to be able to deal with these. That's probably it. I'm curious why our opponent's just, like, waiting. Okay. Finally decided to come back. So this is going to hurt. Okay, so we did get a okay, cool. This actually helps us a lot. So we still got Echo in the yard. Wait, yep, we're gonna take two. It's a little unfortunate. So I think we want to bounce the Eidolon back first. Or no, we want to bounce the Roiling Vortex so that we can just get rid of it. That'll slow that clock down. Alright, so we are going to bounce a Roiling Vortex. Got a Chroma. Let's spin one of them away. This is now a ritual. Spin a bunch of shit away. To an Otawara. Oh, they're just gonna scoop it up. Okay, so I guess we don't even have to think about it. Cool. Oh, they and they scooped up the match. Okay, so this is the problem that I have in the free rooms is this shit happens a lot. Like you win match one and then your opponent's just like fuck this, I don't want to even fucking play anymore. So yeah, I mean that's a 4-1. It's something. This deck can do things. So I'll catch y'all on the wrap up. As you saw, this deck is good. It's got potential. A lot of it is just kind of working through the kinks here. It's got a little bit of some awkwardness to it sometimes, as you saw in some of those matches, where it just kind of flooded out on lands or flooded out on the mana rocks, and it falls prey to the whole draw the wrong half of your deck problem. But overall, I really do think this deck has some potential to it. I've been having a blast playing it, which is kind of weird for me considering how much I absolutely hated playing against this combo before. But I will say, now that I'm actually playing it and understanding it more, I'm realizing I was scooping too early a lot of the times when I would play against it. I would get tilted. I'd just scoop as soon as I saw the wheel on the stack. But as you saw, you still have to actually close the game out. There are times where you can pull the wheel off, but you just don't draw anything. So I will say, this deck has a lot of potential. I do enjoy it. It can do some crazy stuff. You saw the good and the bad. You saw we went 4-1 throughout a number of different kinds of matches there. I've been playing it a ton on stream, even though some of my results on stream haven't been the greatest. Overall, I am positive with this deck. For any of you that do want to pick it up and try it, just be warned, if you are playing it in the free rooms, you're going to see a lot of what you saw in that last match, where you win game one and then your opponent just scoops the entire match. A lot of people seem to be like, fuck this, I don't want to deal with this, I'm going to go play something else. It is a prison deck, tilts a lot of people, but overall, I think the deck is great. It's got potential. I have noticed an uptick in it, actually. When I first started playing this deck, there were only 2 deck lists published. And then I've been looking around, especially when I was looking for other white artifact hate that I could put in there to be able to deal with the 8 cast and the painter style decks. A lot of people are starting to kind of pick this up. There's probably about a dozen deck lists now. Various versions of blue-white like we were playing, some mono-blue versions. I did mess around with a mono-blue Karn build that was a little more, I'm not going to say control, maybe a little more aggro. It didn't have the prison pieces. Instead, it was running stuff like Ledger Shredder, and a couple of other random 2-mana blue spells. I can't remember what they are off the top of my head, but I played around with that. I found that I really, really was missing Chalice of the Void. This deck, if you're going to play this style of it, it needs that prison piece. But I might try to create a kind of hybrid here. Maybe just straight swap out the Teferis for the Karns and do a Karn board without doing the Ledger Shredders and that other stuff. Um, that might have some potential. I don't know. I'll mess around with it and we'll see. But I'm going to keep playing this deck. It's definitely got potential. It can do things. It's a really fun deck to play if you enjoy the prison combo style. And then if you're like me and you just enjoy making players salty and seeing if you can get the pissed off scoops or the sassy comments and shit, I definitely recommend picking it up. But anyways, that is Wheel Stompy. As always, if you like this video, if you like the previous one, go check it out. Go check out the Legacy Reanimator one. Anything you like about this video, let me know. I'll keep doing them as long as you guys like them. If there's any particular decks you want to see, let me know. I'll hit them up as well. But yeah, on that note, thanks for stopping by. I'll catch you next time, and stay salty.